Okay, excellent. Thank you. Cioè, se cominciamo a scrivere dentro strumenti, stiamo scherzando ragazzi, cioè, stiamo studiando, tra Affet e Deve, perché loro hanno, però anche loro stanno discutendo che non è normale che cia un riferimento a un strumento particolare e volevano mettere financial instruments. No, ragazzi, MFA è nostro. Forse dobbiamo farlo in modo che voi dovreste scrivere, anche se non è bisogno del contesto attuale, secondo me dobbiamo mettere però i miei colleghi parlare di cosa vuole lui. Cioè, quello che voglio parlare con voi in gennaio è l'abito tattico, perché è quello che abbiamo discusso con l'anche per spiegare un po' meglio perché ci sono quei pochi, ma c'è un ordine bilateral, multilateral, unilateral agreement, no, ma questo non include regional, perché questo ordine, eccetera. Non volevo non toccare quello, non toccare quello che don't try to fix this one, non cercare di fare i cambiamenti che sono per la bellezza, perché più cambiare, come l'andamento dei emendamenti normali, si apri alle cambiare. Però ripeto.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Yo has arrived. Let's warmly welcome President Yo. Okay, please wait for a moment. Just wait for a moment. Rehearsal. Rehearsal. Ladies and gentlemen, President Yo has arrived. Let's warmly welcome President Yo. Warmly welcome. Let's give him a big applause. 欢迎游院长。 有请 OK。会议的一开始，我将邀请各位长官贵宾至台前进行大合影。我们第一轮呢，先邀请国会议员的部分。At the very beginning, I would like to invite the parliamentarians to the front for the group photo as the first round. Please, to the front. Thank you. All the parliamentarians. 我们邀请国会议员的部分。For the next round, I would like to invite all the participants to the front. You can take off the masks at the time being. 可以暂时的脱下你的口罩。Okay, please look at the front. The cameraman. Let's make a thumbs up gesture. 让我们比一个赞的手势。那我们继续第二轮的大合影。那我们邀请所有的长官贵宾至台前。I would like to invite all the participants to the front, please. Let me start with you. Can go to the right side of the center. So because it's full of balance, for the sake of balance. Some of our guests can also stand here. Thank you. 这样可以吗？ Please take off the mask for the time being. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. 都好了吗 ？OK， 谢谢，请回座。Please be seated. 今日非常欢迎各位长官、贵宾莅临与会。Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Legislative Yuan, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you and thank you to join the luncheon. 首先，让我们邀请游院长来为我们致辞。Now, I would like to invite President Yo for opening remarks, please.
我知道大家因为时差行程又很满，非常辛苦在这边特别向大家表达我对大家的慰问。
First of all, I know that you probably have jet lag and you also have tight schedule. So first of all, I would like to thank you for coming to the Legislative Yuan.
阿西马科波罗议员阁下鄂邦议员、恒安南议员、维德兰议员、卡博洛议员，还有胡锡瓦议员、包瑞汉议员，还有卡劳斯先生，各位理事、各位先生、各位贵宾，还有立法院的各位同仁，大家午安，大家好。
Honorable MEP Asimakopoulou, Honorable MEP Wobong, Honorable MEP Van Bremt, Honorable MEP Van der Ring, Honorable MEP Carsbro, Honorable MEP Hubivin, Honorable MEP Bukofer, Mr. Klaus, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
有机会跟各位贵宾见面，感到非常的荣幸。我这里仅代表台湾的国会表达诚挚的欢迎。今年7月，我率团到欧洲去访问，有幸认识许多欧洲的朋友。亲身体会到欧洲对台湾的关注与支持，到现在仍然记忆犹新，而且非常感动。
It's a great honor for me to have the opportunity to meet all of you. And first of all, on behalf of the Legislative Yuan, I would like to extend my sincere welcome to all of you. In July, I led a delegation to visit Europe, and I had the opportunity to meet and to make a lot of friends. and I've been very touched by the attention and support of Europe's support to Taiwan.
欧盟是台湾坚定的民主盟友。首先要感谢欧洲议会过去2年一共通过了25项的友台决议案，包括支持台湾国际参与、关键印太地区安全战略、台海权势、中国对立陶宛经济胁迫、敦促台欧盟半导体经济合作及呼吁紧速洽签台欧盟双边投资协定等。借此机会，我代表台湾国会向各位议员阁下及欧洲议会致上最崇高的谢意。
European Union is Taiwan's strong democratic ally, and first of all, I want to thank the European Parliament for passing 25 resolutions in support of Taiwan over the past 2 years, including supporting Taiwan's international participation, caring for Indo-Pacific strategy and security, Taiwan's trade situation, China's economic coercion against Lithuania, urging Taiwan-European Union semiconductor economic cooperation, and urging Taiwan-European Union to sign bilateral investment agreements. I want to take this opportunity to show my utmost appreciation to the European Parliament.
4个多月前，欧洲议会副议长毕尔女士莅临台湾的时候，我连正在欧洲访问，没有能够亲自接待，但是看到他在台湾公开呼吁，只有台湾人民可以决定台湾自己的未来，我感到非常的敬佩。人民自决权是联合国宪章的基本原则。我要借这个机会特别感谢毕尔副议长支持台湾，我也要特别感谢在座的各位议员先进，尤其是包瑞汉议员，今天是首度跟包瑞汉议员阁下见面，但却是一见如故，因为我与阁下有同样的勋章，我们同样都遭受到中共的制裁，这是一种荣誉。代表我们对维护自由民主所做的努力受到肯定。感谢阁下在国际上力挺台湾，也敬佩您关心中国境内的少数民族的人权。
About 4 months ago, European Parliament Vice President Beer visited Taiwan, and it was a pity that I was in Europe, so that I could not have the opportunity to receive her in person. But when I saw her to urge Taiwan that only the people of Taiwan can decide Taiwan's future on public occasion, I was really touched. And self-determination by the people is the basic principle of the United Nations Charter. So I want to take this opportunity to give special thanks to Vice President Beer for her staunch support to Taiwan. And I also want to give special thanks to Honorable MVP Budikofer. It marks the first time for me to meet with you, but I feel like we have been knowing each other for a long time because we share the same medal. Both of us are sanctioned by the CCP. I regard it as an honor, showing that our efforts to safeguard democracy, freedom have been recognized. So I want to thank you for your support in the international community, and I also want to show my respect to you for carrying the human rights of the minority in China.
欧洲是民主政治的发源地，欧洲议会是一个超国家的跨国议会，不同文化和语言的国家，透过民主的机制沟通、协调，达成共识与合作，并引领整个欧洲的发展方向。从乌克兰跟俄罗斯的战争以后，欧洲议会在6月23日给予乌克兰欧盟候选国的地位，11月更选择俄罗斯为支持恐怖主义的国家等，这些决议都可以证明欧洲议会的重要影响力。
Europe is the origin of the democratic politics, and European Parliament is a supranational parliament with different countries, different cultures, and languages. Through democratic mechanism for communication and coordination, consensus and cooperation have been forged and reached to lead the entire Europe for its future development direction. And since the Ukraine-Russian war, the European Parliament has granted Ukraine the EU candidate status on June 23rd, and also condemned Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism in November. All of these instances show the important influence of the European Parliament.
在座各位贵宾，代表欧洲的民意，我们非常欢迎各位来到台湾，亲自见证民主、自由在华人社会也有机会实现。面对中共专制政权对内压迫、对外扩张，战狼外交横行各地，对台湾不放弃武力等，其犯我中华者虽远必诛的天朝心态，已经对全球的和平稳定以至于民主带来巨大的威胁。台湾是华人文化圈的民主堡垒，在国际民主版图逐渐缩减之际，我要呼吁国际民主同盟国家积极合作，共同守护台湾的民主自由，以利进一步催化中国境内的民主化。期待不久的未来，中国全体人民也能够跟我们一样，过着自由、民主、快乐的生活。
All of you represent European public opinion, and we welcome you to Taiwan to witness that it is possible for Chinese-speaking society to realize the values of democracy and freedom, and facing CCP's authoritarian regime with domestic repression, external expansion, and by employing warrior diplomacy, and by claiming that it will not renounce the use of force against Taiwan. Its imperial mindset, even though 1,000 miles away, those who from China must pay, has caused a severe threat to global peace, stability, democracy, and freedom. Taiwan is the democratic bulwark of the Chinese culture community. As we face the international democratic landscape is withering, I want to urge international democratic allies to have active cooperation to safeguard Taiwan's democracy and freedom, to further speeding up China's democratization. And I hope that in the near future, the entire people of China will share the same free, democratic, and happy life as we do in Taiwan.
欧洲是我的偶像，那我是欧洲的粉丝。欧洲是人类民主的发源地。我对欧洲的先贤，包括孟德斯鸠的三权分立、卢梭的社会契约论、洛克的天赋人权，都非常的敬佩。我非常感谢欧洲带给人类自由民主的普世价值。
I'm a fan of Europe. I admire Europe's democracy very much because it's the birthplace of democracy, and there are many principles and thoughts that have been originated from Europe, like three divisions of power and social contractualism, and also God-given human rights. And therefore, I admire Europe's freedom and democracy very much.
最后，我要再度感谢欧洲议会对台湾的支持。台湾离欧洲虽然距离遥远，但民主自由是我们共同的语言。我们是民主同盟国，我们一定要共同守护自由、民主与人权的普世价值，捍卫全球和平稳定发展。最后，记住旅途愉快，平安顺心。
In closing, I want to thank the European Parliament for your support to Taiwan. Although we are far from each other geographically, we share the same language of democracy and freedom. We are the democratic allies, and we have to safeguard the universal values of human rights, freedom, and democracy, and to defend the global peace, stability, and development. In closing, I wish you a pleasant stay in Taiwan and safe journey back home. Thank you.
谢谢，我们有请罗院长回座。 接下来，让我们邀请英塔副主席阿西马柯波罗议员致辞。Next, I'd like to invite Honorable Asimakopoulou to give us the opening remarks, please.
Honorable President Yu, honorable members of the Legislative Yuan, honorable colleagues of mine from the European Parliament, to our staff, to your staff, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and thank you very much for this warm welcome.
由院长阁下、各位委员、各位欧洲议会的同仁、立法院的同仁、各位先生、女士，大家午安！非常感谢今天的热烈欢迎。
I'm sure I speak for my colleagues when I say that we feel very much at home in this house of legislation.
我相信我的同仁跟我一样，都觉得来到立法院就像回家一样的温馨。
I'd like to thank you for your words of welcome, for your kindness, for your wisdom. Your speech clearly exhibits that you have a very in-depth understanding of the role and the work that we do in the European Parliament.
非常感谢刚刚游院长的热烈欢迎之词。从您的演讲里面，我知道您非常的有智慧，也对欧洲议会的角色功能有深入的了解。
And it's very true that in the European Parliament, with an overwhelming majority, we support Taiwan.
的确，在欧洲议会里面，多数的委员都支持台湾。
We believe that our relationship is based on a solid foundation of shared and common values, respect for democracy, the rule of law, the freedom, and respect for human rights.
的确，我们双边的关系是共同建筑在一个强健的基础，那就是一个共同的普世价值，尊重民主、法治、自由跟保护人权。
And let me take this opportunity to thank Taiwan for being on the right side of history when it comes to the support of Ukraine.
我要借机会感谢立法院还有台湾站在历史正确的一边，支持乌克兰。
As per our most recent resolution on the situation in the Taiwan Strait, let me assure you that we condemn any kind of coercion or threat of violence or violence itself that comes from the authoritarian regime in China.
我要在此重申，最近我们欧洲议会决议对台海情势的决议，谴责任何用胁迫、威胁、用暴力的任何形式，或者甚至用暴力本身来威胁任何的国家，尤其是来自这个中共的这种专制政权。
Within the One China principle, we believe that the status quo should remain unchanged in the Taiwan Straits. And as we said in our resolution, when it comes to the democratic island of Taiwan, we believe that it is the people of Taiwan who should decide about their future.
根据我们的一中原则，我们希望台海能够维持现况，而且在我们的决议里面，我们也认为民主台湾的未来应该要由台湾人民自己来决定。
I'm very honored and pleased to be leading a delegation of distinguished parliamentarians from various countries and across the political spectrum as a follow-up to the visits that were paid by our Vice President Beer, but also another committee of the European Parliament.
今天我非常荣幸，也非常高兴能够率团，包括各国的议员、各个党团的这个欧洲议会议员，在这个欧洲议会副议长蒂尔女士访台之后，还有许多欧洲议会各委员会访谈之后，来到台湾访问。
This, I think, is ample proof that the Parliament is at the forefront of creating deeper ties and a deeper and more substantive alliance between the European Union and Taiwan.
我相信我们的访问能够代表还有证明议会跟国会之间的交流可以进一步的深化彼此的关系，加强彼此的这种盟友的关系。
Taiwan is a very important trading partner for the European Union.
台湾是欧盟非常重要的经贸伙伴。
In fact, the European Union accounts for 25% of all foreign direct investment in Taiwan, investing more than the United States and Japan combined.
欧盟在台湾的直接投资占了25%，比这个美国跟日本两个加总起来还要多。
40% of all European Union trade goes through the South Sea, and over 90% of the ships with total tonnage go through the Taiwan Strait.
欧盟的贸易40%都运到南海，90%都运到这个台湾海峡这边。
In a new multipolar world order where trade is becoming increasingly weaponized, we recognize Taiwan's strategic role in the trade arena.
在这个新的多极的国际局势秩序当中，我们发现贸易已经逐渐的被武器化，所以我们也非常重视台湾在这个区域的战略位置。
And after the pandemic and the war in Ukraine, in Europe we have discovered that we must invest in our strategic autonomy.
所以在疫情之后，还有俄乌战争爆发之后，欧盟发现我们应该要投资在这个战略的自主方面。
Taiwan is critical to the creation of resilient value chains, especially when it comes to the green and digital transition.
台湾在提供有韧性的供应链方面，尤其是绿色数位的这个发展方面扮演重要角色。
And we have had very good contacts during our visit, and we are very much looking forward to seeing the workings of the impressive semiconductor industry during our visit.
此行我们也跟各个产业界跟政府部门做了许多的交流跟沟通，我们也非常期待能够参访半导体产业。
Rest assured, Honorable President, that we will continue to request from the Commission and the Council that they proceed with an impact assessment and of the bilateral investment agreement.
请游院长放心，我们会持续的敦促我的理事会跟执委会，希望能够尽速加快台湾跟欧盟洽签这个双边投资协定。
And we will, of course, continue to support the plea for Taiwan to become part of international organizations.
当然，我们也会持续支持台湾的国际参与。
We also are very pleased to have learned during our visit that important steps are being taken to remove trade irritants.
当然，在我们访问的时候，我们也非常高兴一些贸易的障碍或者是一些不顺的一些事情都已经移除。
And promote further investment of Taiwan in the European Union.
我想这些都能够加速或增加台湾、欧盟彼此互相的投资。
With these few words, let me thank you once again, dear President, for receiving us today, for the excellent hospitality, and tell you that we are looking forward not just to a fruitful exchange today between my honorable colleagues and members of the Legislative Yuhan, but also to sampling the Kabbalah whiskey.
所以游院长再度感谢您的热烈欢迎，我们非常期待议员跟同仁间的交流，不只是意见的交流，还希望能够透过干杯喝威
Which we've heard so much about.
交流，谢谢。
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. 各位在场的媒体朋友，由于接下来的会议内容不公开，我们将请工作人员协助引导离场，谢谢。We are now asking the media to leave from the venue. Please wait for a moment.